Welcome to lesson 10.2, operations with matrices. So today we're going to add and subtract and do some scalar multiplication. So let's recap. You've got two matrices here. I'm on page 754, number 7 in your textbook. If you look in your book, Ron is asking you to determine what x and y are. The size of this matrix is a 2 by 2. This matrix is a 2 by 2. They are equivalent. So your job is to figure out what x and y are. So the entry here for x, well, let's see. What's in that same spot? It's -4. So x is equal to -4. And we're looking at the y. In the spot of the y is a 22. So y is equal to 22. Easy peasy. All right. So let's move on to number 11 in your textbook. They're giving you two matrices. They're giving you matrix A, which is 1, -1, 2, -1, and matrix B, which is 2, -1, -1, 8. All right, so our first job is to add these two matrices. Now I can go ahead and I can add them because the matrices in A and B are the same size. All right, so I'm going to take all the entries that line up in the same spot and I'm going to go ahead and just simply add them together. So 1 plus 2, that gives me 3. -1 plus -1, that's -2. 2 plus -1 is -1. No, 2 plus -1 is 1. Let's put a plus sign there. -1 plus 8 gives me 7. Okay, so we're just added the two matrices together. Easy enough to do. If I had matrix C here, I'm going off script. If I had matrix C and I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, make it really original there. Can I add matrix B plus matrix C? Well, notice that there's an entry here, there's an entry here. I could add these two entries up, but then there's nothing to add over here. So we would say this is undefined. Okay, so you're not going to go ahead and add those two together. The second question Ron asked you is to subtract A plus B. And all you're going to do in this sense, I should make that a little bigger, A minus B, so you're going to go and subtract. So 1 minus 2 gives me -1. -1 minus a -1 gives me a 0. 2 minus a -1 is going to give me 3. And -1 minus 8 is -9. Okay? The third thing we're going to try today, so we did addition, we did subtraction. Our third thing we're going to do is scalar multiplication. So what you're going to do is you're going to take every single entry in matrix A and you're going to multiply it by 3. Okay? So every entry. So 1 times 3 is 3. -3 times 3 is -3. 2 times 3 is 6. And then 3 times -1 gives me -3. Okay, good. All right, fabulous. Last step, Ron, getting a little wild here. He's got 3A minus 2B. Okay, so think about your order of operations. When we work with order of operations, our multiplication is always going to come before our subtraction. So 3A, well, I just figured that out. I'm going to copy that down. 3 minus 3, 6, -3. And then I've got to figure out 2 times B. So all the entries here in matrix B, I'm going to go ahead and double. So 4, -2, -2, and 16. My last step is to subtract. So 3 minus 4 gives me -1. -3 minus -2 is -1. 6 minus a -2 is 8. And -3 minus 16 is -19. Okay? So that's adding and subtracting. Really exciting stuff. Enjoy.